welcome. It's me, Percita, and this is Percita's Paradox. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate you, as always. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for joining me. And if you are an OG, you already know the drill. I'm so appreciative of you. So thank you, as always, for coming on and joining me today. So let's talk. We're going into the weekend. If you notice, YouTube has been doing some funky things with me. So I'm not really being able to post on Tuesday for some strange reasons. Like the videos just won't go up. So I think I'm gonna start changing my days to Wednesdays and Fridays. And I might do some vlogging over the weekend because I'm getting a little savvy. I'm finally slowing down. School is kind of like giving me a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna be able to do some things a little bit different. But I just wanted to make you aware. Make sure that you have clicked your notification button to make sure that you are on task on knowing when the videos are really gonna be coming. But it looks like I'm going to shift from Tuesdays to Thursdays to Wednesdays and Fridays. And then I might throw in some vlogging here or there. So today I wanted to do a little recap. I wanted to see how you were. I also wanted to give you some insight on what's going on with me and fitness. And I also wanted to touch bases and see how you all are doing. So I'm doing fantastic. I am absolutely tooting my own horn. Toot, toot, toot. I am down almost 10 pounds. Feeling absolutely fantastic about it. I realize the older that I have gotten, the more weight does some different things. And I remember being younger and, a little bit more in the novice attitude of training. And people would ask me like, oh my God, Percita, when you get older, is it more difficult to lose weight? And da-da-da-da-da. And I would always be like, no, it's not that hard. And you just have to make sure that you're da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to actually hit you with I have had some revelations, not only within myself, but with also some clients, to notice that even though we had been super physically active throughout our 20s and our 30s, start to hit your 40s, things change a little bit, particularly 45. 45 to me is a number that I really think as a female, your entire hormonal system just goes left. You're preparing for menopause if you're not premenopausal like I am, or you are in a position of your body is just literally trying to figure out what it wants to do with all of the estrogen and lack of estrogen and testosterone and your collagen levels and da-da-da-da. So if you are someone who has been on the fitness challenge and you're noticing that you haven't been losing weight the way you're used to losing weight, or I should say the last time that you started trying to lose weight, let's talk about why. So the question of the day is, how old are you? You might say, really, Percita, a lady never tells her age. Keep it to yourself, boo. I'm not asking you to tell me. I'm just going to give you some reflections on what 48 looks like, right? So in my world of 48 years of age, almost 49, I am very clear on the idea of things just have changed. My levels have changed. My temperament has changed. My lifestyle has changed. Everything has shifted. And as you shift, we have to make accountable adjustments to make that actually work. So you might say, well, what exactly do you mean? Because girl, yes, I ain't want to tell nobody, but this is really what's going on. Well, you're going to really notice that key attribute, can't stress. You really can't. You really have to control your stress at all levels. So number one, control your stress. You might say, well, that's easier said than done, girl. My life is crazy and these kids and this husband and this job, I got it. But be very, very conscious of that. If these people are driving you crazy, you have caused the crazy, meaning you have set yourself up to put them in a position of either entitlement or you just spoiled these people to death. I am an absolute culprit of it. My family acts like they can't do anything without me. And to some degree, when I was younger, I thought it was cute. I was like, oh, they really need me. And oh, it's so cute. Girl, now, no, not cute. Not cute at all. Not cute at all. I need everyone to be accountable for themselves. I need everyone to be able to step their game up. I need everyone in my household to do their share and their part in what's going to keep me stress-free. And a lot of that is delegating. Number two, you have to delegate. You have to be in a position of understanding that everything that you're trying to do to better yourself literally requires you to take some other things off your plate that are not yours. But again, specifically talking to females, I'm sorry guys, this is really more of a female video, but in that idea of trying to be superwoman and, hanging off the chandeliers and all these other things, it just makes it very complicated. Now, I started delegating off probably about 21, 22 years ago, at least with the housekeeping portion. But I recognize that now that these people have gotten older and so entitled, they seem messier now to me more than ever before. So even with me having someone that comes and cleans weekly, I still feel as if like it's just not enough. And I don't know if it's just, again, my temperament, but I'm saying that that is something that stresses me out. So I literally had to become a little bit more on the different side for what my family's used to, and really put my foot down and really make it very clear. Like, regardless, the cleaning lady does not come for you. She comes for me. Okay? So you need to clean up after yourselves. And I am subjected to 3 males and a male dog, and only my daughter who's away at school. So everyone in this house is male, and they drive me absolutely crazy. So if this is also your case, I want you to be very clear on these are some things that you can start with the delegating for household work. It'll help a lot, I promise you. 3, you can't work out as hard. You can't work out as hard. It sounds a little crazy, but you have to really be efficient. We're very used to this high cardio, caffeinated world. When you get older, it doesn't work. And you can try it, and I'll tell you that a lot of people have literally been like, girl, it'll work for me. It will not. It will not work for you. It has a lot to do with your hormones. It has a lot to do with what I just said. As being a female, you have to shift, and you have to learn to work a little bit more efficiently in regards to what that is. Your levels are off. And once they're off, you just have to understand that you can't control them from being off. There's a testosterone loss that happens for women. Most women don't take testosterone. And if you don't take testosterone, then you need to understand that your estrogen is going to go a little wonky. And when it goes a little wonky, it causes you to literally retain water. So as you're retaining water, you're going to notice that you don't feel like you're losing any weight. You're going to notice that your joints hurt a little bit more. You're going to feel as if you need to do more cardio. And I'm just going to tell you, that's not the way. It's not the way. And you can believe me or not believe me, but I promise you I know what I'm talking about. On a lot of different levels, from a personal level, from a professional level, and from now an educational level, I can tell you it does not work. So you really want to work out less. If you're used to doing cardio, 45, 55 minutes, and then, running over and trying to do a little bit of weight, I'm going to tell you stop. I'm going to lean you towards things like Pilates and things like yoga and things that require you to stretch, especially if you're combating things like high blood pressure or anxiety or insomnia. You want to actually get more limber. The more limber you become, the better your organs move. The better your organs move, the less water you retain, because everything is flowing and flowing perfectly. Especially if you have high blood pressure, you want to make sure that the heart and arteries, which is what is happening, can actually get softer and loose. And the more you stretch and the more you decompress, the better. Did you catch that? So you want to really know that that is not the key. More cardio to lose weight as you get older is not the key. Now you might say, well, I've heard so much about weightlifting. Let's go into the next topic, weightlifting. You definitely want to keep that in pocket. You want to lift efficiently. So we're talking about 3 to 4 sets of somewhere between 8 to 12 reps. No more, no less. It's slow and controlled because you need to make sure that you're engaging your core, and your core is not your stomach. I'm going to say it again. Your core is not your stomach. I'm going to say it again. Your core is not your stomach. You are literally trying to engage your spine. So when I say that, you want to think through the core. So you want to imagine, if you just close your eyes for a second, and imagine if I had a button that was attached to your belly button and a string that was going through your body to your back. I'm trying to pull that string to your spine. So your belly button to your spine. So I'm going to be yanking through that muscle, which is why you think core is stomach. But it is truthfully literally trying to engage your back and your front at the exact same time to meet in the meeting place of your spine. So it's a deep breath. I like to tell women it's a pissed off breath. You know that breath where you let it all out and you're literally trying to decompress and not cuss somebody out. It's that breath. But it's a continuous breath through your workout. So the reason why you don't want to do high intensity stuff is because you're trying to build this infamous muscle that you have now lost because you're old. So again, you want to make sure that you are lifting weights, but you are lifting weights using your core. Your core. You don't want to do it where you're trying to do rapid moves. You don't want to go for speed. You want to be slow and methodic. You want to make sure that you are literally engaging the particular body of muscles that you're working at any particular juncture of the muscle. So if you're working your chest and you're feeling in your arms, that's not what we're talking about. If you're working your back, but you're feeling in your quads and your hamstrings, that's not what we're talking about, right? You want to make sure that you're deliberate. Now, of course, I'm a trainer by trade. I've been in fitness for a very long time. I'm very good at what I do. A lot of what I'm going to tell you today is very much so personal trainer type information. I'm giving it to you for free, but understand that this is as far as it goes. Anything deeper than this conversation, you got to cut a girl a check. But clearly hear me when I say you want to make sure that you do those things. You want to make sure that you are not caught up in the aerobic classes of the gym or the step and things like that. At this juncture of your life, remember I'm talking about over 45 and up, especially if you are not already going into fitness as a fit person, meaning if you've always done what I'm saying and you are not trying to lose or gain weight, this is not a conversation for you. But if you are trying to lose weight, if you've lost your mojo, if you haven't been working out the way you normally would work out for over 6 months, I'm talking to you. Make sense? Okay. So, in moving on, you want to make sure that you're drinking half a gallon of water a day. And I say that because if you're eating properly, the other half of this infamous gallon that most people are talking about would come from your food. So if you're drinking too much water, then you're actually still not allowing your body to get the nutrients that it needs. And you want to make sure that you're very much so aware of what that is. If you are trying to fix your diet, the two main things you want to do when you're trying to lose weight is increase your fiber and increase your protein. That's the general conversation that I'm going to give you about it. Specifically, I'd have to know you directly and know all of your attributes, but standardly, fiber and protein are things that women in particular want to increase when they're trying to lose weight over 45 in general, but specifically over 45. Okay. So hopefully that'll help you, in regards to what that is. And I gave you some points and I'll actually go back and say them again, but you want to make sure that you're doing these things because these things are crucial. If you're like me and you're a bruncher on the weekend or throughout the week, you don't want to wait all day to eat. And I hear this all the time. People are like, oh my God, girl, I got to save my calories. But let me tell you what you did. Okay. So the breakfast, which is breaking the fast, needs to be broken. So drinking water and drinking coffee, unless you're drinking it black, which most people do not. But if you're drinking it black and you wake up in the morning and you give yourself a good hour or two before you want to eat something cool. But if you're going to have a crazy brunch, then you want to actually do the opposite. You want to actually take in some fruit, particularly some potassium. It will absolutely help you. A banana is fantastic. Papaya, avocados, things like that are great. You don't have to eat a lot. Okay, so you don't have to feel as if like you're losing all your calories, quote unquote, at breakfast so that you don't get to indulge at brunch. But you want to be conscious that you can't really do that often and really expect to lose weight. Your body has to stay in a continuum of, I won't call it perfection, but I'll call it somewhat of a perfect machinery piece of work. So you want to give yourself that opportunity to do it. Now, I enjoy a great cocktail. Typically, somebody's mimosa or somebody's something cute and fruity and fantastic over brunch. And I'm typically brunching Friday through Sunday. Yes, I've been guilty, but I've pulled back a lot because what I want to see is more of things that I used to see in my body, but at the same time, I'm playing with it. Does that make sense? But when I'm going to do that, I do not eat throughout the morning, because I know that I'm going to brunch. I just make my choices better and I make them more filling. So again, we talked about fiber, we talked about protein, we talked about our carbs being our fruit. Please don't be one of those people who don't think the fruit is good for you, even if you're a vegan or a pescatarian or anyone of the sort. You understand how important fruit is. It's just understanding why the fruit is important. It is literally a fuel source. And you want to make sure your carbs are great. So don't eliminate carbs. Try your best to understand what I'm saying. If you're a keto person, my apologies because you might be offended, but I would definitely tell you to eliminate anything out of your diet won't be good. Okay? So you want to make sure that you are still fueling before you go to brunch or dinner, and you want to make sure that you've given yourself enough time to burn it off. Now, if you do it right, You literally will have your, majority of calories through brunch, and then you'll come home and you'll complete your evening with some type of a protein, fiber, and you'll go to bed. Like, don't do that. Okay, now I've eaten, so now I'm just going to drink water all day. I mean, you can do it. Let me say that. Do it all you want, but understand that you're not going to get any results. And I can wholeheartedly look you dead in the face and say, it's not going to work. Okay? There's a science to this thing. It is not by luck. It is not by coincidence. It is a science. And if you understand that, then you understand the science of what I just said. And you'd go, well, let me just see if she's wrong. And I'll prove her wrong. Try it. You'll notice that your journey is going to be so much easier. Outside of that, this last thing that I'm going to say that you have to make sure that you're doing, ladies, that's sleeping. I don't care how great you think your life is. I don't care how much you want to tell me sleep is not important. I don't care how much you pride yourself in waking up super early and going to bed super late. I'm telling you, because I've worked with my age, 50, 60, 70, 80-year-olds. I've ran senior programs. I know what I'm talking about. Over the long haul, it is not going to be good for you. Over the long haul, you're going to remember this conversation. You're going to remember this video when things start to break down in your system. Your joints start to hurt, your back, your knees, your eyes. You're going to notice your skin is doing crazy stuff. It all has to do with your sleep. Okay? So I'm telling you this because I care. And I'm telling you this for free. I'm telling you, you have to get some sleep. Now, some sleep for most people is somewhere between 6.5 to 7 hours, typically. The standard crazy insomniac might get 4 to 5. You want to get some sleep. And sometimes getting some sleep means to be aware of what it is that you're not decompressing about. So you might want to get into something else that'll help you meditate, but I need you to get some sleep. Okay, so note to self, everything that I'm telling you is all attributes of self-efficacy. Only you know what you can do about you. Only you know what you're really doing and what you're not doing. I'm giving you guidelines. And like I said, these are proven guidelines via science, not some YouTuber or some Instagrammer who lost weight and now is trying to tell you how to lose weight. This is a professional, that would be me, telling you for free how to do it. If you're confused at anything I said, go back to the top of this video, listen to it again. But like I said, it works. And it works without any rhyme or reason or without any additives to it. It is just being good to yourself and then allowing yourself to be reciprocative back to you. So, and saying all that, okay, and saying all of that, if you're in the fitness challenge and you have any questions, you know the drill. Send me an email, send me a chat. I know it's personal and everyone gets all in their feelings about not wanting to communicate. That's fine, okay? So continue to do what you're doing. If you're not in the challenge, I'll do another one probably at the end of the year, probably somewhere around my birthday in September. And we'll reevaluate where we are and restructure and see how we can get everyone who's new on board. And of course, if you have already joined the challenge and you want to continue then, or you're just continuing on, no worries. You are welcome. So before you can do all of those things, I'm going to ask you to like, share, comment. Again, hit the notification button because I'm all over the place right now with this uploading situation. But before you do all of those things, remember to do these 3. Live life authentic. As always, thank you so much. Sorry, gents, I didn't really have anything for you today. I really wanted to focus in on the females. I'm sure you didn't mind listening because if you have someone special in your life of the female persuasion, go ahead and share this video and let her see it as well so that she can enjoy her age. And if you're younger, and you're like, girl, I'm not 45 yet, take all these notes, child. Take all these notes and make sure that you are well prepared for when you hit this lovely thing called menopause or premenopausal life. It is just so exciting, as you can see on the look on my face. So, as always, have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.